Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's Monday. Monday we quite often go to the top of the Steam weekly charts for the maps and have a look at the top performing map of the moment. And it's this one. It's by a creator we've done quite regularly recently. It's somebody who's better known for doing their one-to-one style Dutch maps. Well, this is fantasy and it's got mountains and rivers and everything. It's a lot of fun and I'm quite sold on it. Question is, are you going to be sold on it, and how can you show that you are sold on it? Well, maybe you should be hitting the sold button. That's right, hitting the sold button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thanks for taking the time. Today's map is Urbis Novaria Vanilla by dodowvogel. Yep, fantasy. Good to see. I do kind of like this one, you know. Let's have a look at that start square. Can't moan about that at all. Not a tree to be seen, and well, road and rail and water as well. There's your terrain heights, lots of mountains forcing you to stay away from those grid systems that I know you all love so much. And then the resources, well, it's a bit of field painting. In fact, if you remove all those trees, those fields look exactly the same. I'd like to see a little bit more creativity there possibly. Anyway, off to the workshop. Nothing to subscribe to. It's a vanilla map. We'll be using the vanilla temperate theme and the San Miniato LUT. Now, the San Miniato LUT is a little bit on the dark, foreboding side with a lot of contrast going on. And that will bring down the visibility a little bit in the map, which we will poke up as we get into the review. Okay, there's your first intersection. There's a lot of networking on this map. We will come straight off the highways and have a look at this major domestic road here. It's a lovely boulevard, this one, with trees lining either side. But it stops here because there is a bridge and a dirt track. Or should we? Should we? I think we should. Okay, now dirt tracks. Dirt tracks. On a weaker map, this would go absolutely nowhere. It does go somewhere though, this one. It goes somewhere particular. It doesn't just stop halfway up a mountain or in the middle of nowhere. It's good to see a road actually serving some kind of purpose. Going along the side. Have a look at those mountains as well. I'm not big on puffy, creamy type peaks. Like when you're cooking, you're whipping up the cream or your egg whites, and that's what you get, that sort of shape. And while they are definitely mountain shaped, I'm not sold on the shape of them, I'm afraid. They're just a bit, yeah, nondescript. I'll go with nondescript. I don't know if they're okay. They're absolutely okay. And for a vanilla map and for a vanilla build, you're probably going to be okay with them. But let's ignore the mountains for now. I'll probably moan about them later anyway. Dirt track coming to an end now down by the river. And yes, they lead to the vanilla jetty. Look at this. Okay. I'm quite happy with that. That makes some kind of sense, I think, having a dirt track leading down here. Now, I've got to say that, first of all, the jetty could be clipped down into the ground just a little bit more using Move It. Let's do that, see how far we can go before the terrain starts, what's the word I'm looking for? Deforming. There, that's where it starts deforming. So let's move it back up a bit to where we were, about there, and I'll just return it to how we found it. But yeah, so that could be clipped down a bit more. Also, we've got a little bit of green grass between the two, and I feel there'll be a desire line linking the dirt track to the jetty where people just walk backwards and forwards to it. But then again, if it's not been walked to recently, then there wouldn't be a desire line, but then the dirt track would probably be overgrown as well. So you can't have it both ways. I'm going to say I would like them connected. Okay, bridge, and back to one of the trees down the median. It's always pretty, and then a pretty bridge again. Happy with this bridge. Good choice of bridge. No moaning about that bridge at all. And then onwards. So yes, heading down towards the start square, the asset review today, I've thrown in something a little bit extra today. So if you normally skip the asset review, well, first of all, shame on you, okay? Shame on you. I spend time choosing assets to mix things up a bit, to highlight different creators, show off the best work that there is on the workshop. It's not really a review, the asset review, it's more of a showcase, because I don't normally, unless there's something very specifically wrong with the asset, like Blue Mantle shining through it, I don't normally moan or groan about it. But today's one is, I've just added something a little bit extra, so don't skip it. Okay, down to start square, squat square roundabout. That's what we've got there. The three. Oh, this is very pretty. Also, I'm loving the use of the key to form that clean line. I don't even mind the encroaching foliage at all, because it would be very damp and wet there as well. That works for me. And on top of that, we've got the asset of the day. Now, forewarned, it's a bit dark, so I'm going to switch some lights on here. Going to go into relight and just pump the brightness and contrast settings up a little bit, and they'll stay on this slightly higher setting for the rest of the review. So, what have we got? We've got 20 East 74th Street by Prosper. It's a real building in New York City, no less. And factoids, because factoids, let's get this out of the way. Bees communicate with each other by using an elaborate system of tail wagging. Who knew bees had tails, eh? And whirling. Well, they don't all speak the same language though. German bees cannot communicate with Egyptian bees. They probably look at each other and go, what are you wagging your tail like that for, you strange bee? Anyway, this BonBonB has got a little thing to show you. He's got, ready? The Google Earth image of the same building. There we are. And while I'm showing you that, I'm going to try and line up these windows and try and look through both of them. The game isn't really designed for sub-games like this, but I'm going to try and do it. Oh, hello. You can see right through there. Yeah, not easy, but there you go. 20 East of 74th Street by Prosper. A lovely building. Really good work, Prosper. Thank you. And onwards. Now we're going to go the way of the tunnel. Again, not the quickest route through the map, but I want to show you how good this tunnel is. For a shallow tunnel, it's very easy to have glitchy shallow tunnels. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. And onwards. Now, there's a lot of networking. There's a lot of roads. In fact, there's so many roads. We're going to spend some time on the roads. We're not going to see all of them. And we're going to leave the rail until after the intermission, which is a bit unusual for us. We'll head off this way. Next intersection. Now, detailing. The biggest detailing problem on the whole map is right here. Can you see it yet? Can you see it? Yeah, there it is. Little encroaching foliage sneaking up from underneath the crossovers there. So yes, that's the biggest problem. But I quite like that intersection. I think it's very well done. I think it's hand drawn as well. So all credit for that as well. And the bridges are good and high. We do have vanilla shipping running along here, and all the bridges are at a perfectly good height to allow vanilla shipping underneath. So all credit for that as well. And we'll head on down here through the mountains. And when I say through the mountains, we are literally going through the mountains. There we are. Out to the side. Lovely. And along the side of the river and through some more mountains. Okay. Now, we're not going to see every single bit of highway. I've pointed that one out already. Oh, this intersection's quite nice as well. Again, clearly hand drawn. No problems with that at all. Linking up to the roundabout as well. And we need to go the other way. Because there's something this way I need to show you. Because a few of you will want to knock detailing points off for it. And I would kind of agree, sort of ish. I'll show you why it's only ish when we get to the second half of the show. Lots of roads going down this way. We're going to go through another tunnel here. Through this tunnel, come out here, and then we've got a really elaborate interchange down here. Quite like this. It's very pretty, actually. Very swirly about. I do like a swirly about. It's not over elaborate, but it's still elaborate. And it all merges down here. Now, when we go through here, you'll see we're heading off towards the fog, which is when... Oh, no, we're not. We've got one more way to go. One more tunnel to go before we hit the fog. Here it goes. Guess what? We're about to hit the fog, which means we would normally go to have a look at the rail. So there we are. Except for, switch the fog off, have a look at this road. Now from this point, it stays in the deep fog and just runs parallel with the edge of the map. using up a few of those very valuable nodes and segments I know some of you like to save and just like to save up on. Now, I'm going to say that arguably I agree with you, but when we come back after the intermission and have a look at everything else, I think you'll see that it's probably not wasted nodes and segments after all. Intermission time though.
Have you never quite worked out how to use Ploppable Rico? And what the heck is Ploppable Rico anyway? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Ploppable Rico by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
Okay, so shipping routes. Well, we've got this main shipping route that goes down and through the bridges, and the bridges are fine. Everything is fine. In Urbis Novaria Vanilla, look at this, everything's fine. Even that bridge is fine. These bridges are fine. Down past the start square is fine. Everything is fine. No moans at all about all of that. If we pull up and go around the side of the map, we will find another shipping route somewhere. There it is. This shipping route here, now this is going down the edge of the square. This doesn't actually connect up with the other shipping route at all. So if you want to put a harbour down here, you probably want a highway to connect it to. And that is where that lost highway that seemed to be dragging down the side of the map was dragging along there. And we've also got, yeah, kind of like a dead end. Oops, that one, I think. Water flow, we've got a lot of water flow. It's a fantasy map. There's a lot of rivers. They don't make total amount of sense, but they look good and they feed water strongly in all the directions that you kind of want them to go. So I don't have any major problems with the main river flow whatsoever. I think you'll like it. And look at that. There you go. Have a look at the blue is all the water, in case you wanted to know. Little key was needed for that, I think. Okay, let's have a little look at the rail. The rail nips through there, and there's nothing too much to say about the rail. There's nothing wrong with it. It just creeps across the map. Shall we go left here? I'm not sure if I need to go left or right. I didn't plan this part of the review. And I got a little bit... Oh, I seem to have... have I unsubscribed to hide it, possibly? I've got a few trees there with the dirt patches underneath them, and I'm pretty sure I have got hide it set to hide those. Mind you, the rest of the trees are fine. I don't know why we've got the dirt patches under some of the trees and not others. Back to here. We wanted to go right. Sorry, I took a wrong in there. I took a wrong un. Okay, we're heading down this way and then across this bridge, and it's all very slick. Nothing really too much to say about the rail. I'm just going to follow it along so you can get a feel, not just for what the rail is like, but you can see, yeah, it goes straight through the start square as well. But you get a little bit of a look around at the map as a whole as well. That's why we do the networking, you know, so you can get a little bit of a tour around the map, and it's not just like an overhead view of everything. Right, okay, so we've looked at the road, we've looked at the rail. Let's have a look at the rivers. The rivers, we've got these little side rivers feeding in here. Not a big fan of the way it drops down, just pours in like that. I'd like to see it just tapered in a lot more, but it's good detailing. There's a lot of this foliage along the side rivers, and it looks quite pretty. Even the vanilla trees work really well with the San Minato LUT to give some real vibrant colours there as well. Mountains, we've already discussed the mountains. I'll mention them again. Water spawn points, fantasy map, why not? Why not? Can't moan too much. Divergence there in that river. In fact, in real life, if you have a look, most of the water would just pour off to the left there, and that one there would just dry up. There'd be no water going down that one at all. But we need water going down this one, because if you have a look, this is the one that goes down past the secondary start location, and it's going to look very pretty. We like pretty, don't we? We've got fields. I told you about the field painting already. If we remove all these trees, these fields would still be the same shape. We've got, you see what I mean about the dirt under the trees? That's very weird. Very, very weird. I'm sure I have got the settings on, but never mind. It doesn't matter too much. It's not going to detract from the visual appeal of the map, because you can already see what the map's supposed to look like. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere? Ooh, a beach. Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. Life's a beach and then you die. Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think? I like it. I like it. I don't love it, but I do like it. So, aesthetically, I think that's probably the weakest point on the entire thing. It's just, I think the mountains just needs more definition, really. They're okay. It's okay. It's fine. I'm not turned off by the map, but it only gets 3 for me. Detailing. And detailing, it's okay. It's pretty much okay. I think it's erring on that 4th star. 1 or 2 minor things holding it back, but I'm going to give it the lowest of the low for 4 stars. It just squeezes into that category for me. Gameplay potential, very playable. Very, very, very playable. Everything's been thought about with this map. I think it lacks that desire to want to play it urgently, so it gets 4 stars rather than 5 stars. But I do like this map a lot, and I would play it very happily. Urbis Novaria Vanilla by dodowvogel. Do you know what? You can have the seal of approval, because I just like it. I just like it. I don't think it matters that it's not the most visually appealing of maps. I think it's okay, and I would play it. I would play it right now, but I can't because I need to make what map for you guys for tomorrow morning, so there's no time for it. So no, I won't be playing it. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What Map series. Join me tonight for Flowscape, where I'll be giving away a copy of Flowscape to 1 lucky viewer. So make sure you don't miss that one. And I'll see you tomorrow again for another map in the What Map series. Thanks for watching. I've been BonBonB, and you've been very, very welcome.